Chapter 5, Section 4 is slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. And this is a little bit of a review, just a reminder how you find slopes. First one here is standard form. So to find the slope, you do negative a over b. That would be negative 3 over negative 6, which is 1/2. Second one, point slope form, is 1/2. So your slope here is 1/2. And the last one, slope intercept form, your slope is 2. And let me put two more reminders in here. X equals is a straight up and down line, which has undefined slope. And y equals is a horizontal line, which has a slope of 0. And our first piece of information tells us parallel lines, and parallel lines have the same slope. And we're going to use these equations to determine if the lines are parallel. First one, slope is 2, slope is 2. So you would say, yes, those lines are parallel. This first one here is in standard form. So our slope would be negative a over b, which would be a negative 3 over 1. So the slope of that first line is 3. You cannot grab this number here. We need to get this in one of our forms. And to do that, we're going to divide everything by 3. And when we do that, we see that the slope of our second one is 1/3. So those are not parallel. And sometimes you use that symbol for parallel, like two L's right next to each other. Number 3, slope of this line is 3. This one is not simplified all the way. If you distribute that 1/3, you would have 3x plus 5. And the slope of that line is 3. The slope of this line is 3. So yes, those two are parallel. 4 and 5, you are asked to determine which lines are parallel. Well, this line has a slope of 2. This line has a slope of negative 2/3. And this line is in standard form, which is negative a over b. So we would do negative 2 over 3. And our first and the last lines are parallel. Number 5, y equals 2, y equals negative 3. Those are both horizontal lines. So those two are parallel. This one, the slope of that line is 4/3. And standard form, we do negative a over b. So negative 4 over 3. And the slope of that one would also be 4/3. So I'm going to put stars right there. And those two are also parallel. Perpendicular lines, your slopes are negative reciprocals, negative reciprocals. So one needs to be positive, one needs to be negative. And the reciprocal is when you take a fraction and flip it upside down. So maybe 2/3 and negative 3/2, 10 and negative 1/10, And two very special reciprocals are 0 and undefined. Horizontal and a vertical line are perpendicular. So looking at number 6, slope of this line is 3/5. Slope of that line is -5/3. So yes, those are perpendicular. And the upside down T is your symbol for perpendicular. For number 7, we need to solve for y, and you would have y equals -1/7 x. And to solve the second one for y, you would multiply everything by 7. So you would have y equals 7x plus 21. Your slope here is 7. Your slope here is -1/7. So yes, those are perpendicular. And number 8, x equals 2 is straight up and down. Y equals 15 is horizontal. And yes, those are perpendicular. Number 9, horizontal and vertical. Those two are perpendicular. Here the slope is -4. Here the slope is 1/4. So those two are also perpendicular. I think this P is not supposed to be there. Horizontal and vertical are perpendicular. Slope right here is 3. Slope right here is -1/3. So those two are also perpendicular. And our last page, we are going to be asked to write some equations. And thing you need to be careful of, whether you are asked for point slope form or slope intercept. First one says, write an equation of a line parallel. Well, parallel tells us that we have to have the same slope. The slope of this line would be -1/2. So our slope is 1/2 because we need the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. They give us the point, and they want this one in point slope form. So we would have y minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 2. Number 12, write the equation of a line, slope-intercept form, passes through this point and is parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope. So our slope in this case will be 4/5. We always start with point slope form. So we will have y minus 7 equals 4/5 x minus 5. And as you distribute, that becomes y minus 7 equals 4/5 x minus 4. And you need to add 7 to both sides. And you have y equals 4/5 x plus 3. That right there is slope-intercept form. Start with point slope and solve for y. Number 13, we want point slope form. We have one point perpendicular to y equals 5x. This is our slope right here. So our new slope, our new perpendicular slope, will be the negative reciprocal. that will be negative 1/5. And then here is our point. So we will have y minus 3 equals negative 1/5 x plus 5. And this one, they asked for point slope form, so you can keep it just like that. 14, write an equation, perpendicular line, point slope form, passes through these 2 points. So for the slope, negative 1 minus negative 5 over 2 minus 0. You zip zap that, you get 4 over 2, which is 2. Now in this one, we were asked for a perpendicular line. So our new perpendicular slope will be negative 1/2. And you can pick either of those points. You could do y plus 1 equals negative 1/2 x minus 2. Or you could pick the second one, y plus 5 equals negative 1/2 x minus 0. You don't need both of those. Either one is fine. And point slope form, so you don't have to do anything else with that. 15, write an equation of a parallel line, slope-intercept form, passes through these 2 points, and has a y-intercept of 4. Well, this one's kind of nice. If we do slope-intercept form, we already have our y-intercept. We already have the y-intercept. They gave it to us. So to find the slope, 9 minus 4, negative 2 minus a negative 3. That becomes 5 over 1. So the slope is 5. We want a parallel line, so we're going to stick with that same slope. And our answer is y equals 5x plus 4. 16, find the equation of a line perpendicular to this one. This slope is negative 2. Our new perpendicular slope then will be 1/2. And we want it in point slope form. Here's our point. Here's our slope. Y minus 5 equals 1/2 x plus 3. 17, write an equation of a line, point slope form, passes through this and is perpendicular. This slope is negative 2. So our new perpendicular slope is 1/2. Point slope, y minus 1 equals 1/2 x plus 4. And 18, write an equation in slope-intercept form, line that passes through here and is perpendicular. So this slope is negative 1/2. Our new perpendicular slope then will be 2. Start with y minus 7 equals 2 times x plus 2. Distribute, y minus 7 equals 2x plus 4. And if you add 7 to both sides, your final answer is y equals 2x plus 11.